Welcome to our exclusive series, Creating Web Pages with HTML. This is episode 4, Inline Tags. In the last episode we covered block tags, which were tags that made the browser put each block on its own line. Notice how each block is separated by blank space. Today we're covering inline tags, which are tags that will display their contents with the normal flow of the page, item by item, line by line. Inline tags don't cause the browser to create a block around the items they surround. An inline tag's content can be one letter in a line, a section of a line, a whole line, or multiple lines, but it's still treated as part of the normal flow. Basically, the browser displays inline tags and their content on a line until space runs out, at which point the content will drop down to the next line. Instead of talking about it though, let's just code some inline tags starting with the small tag. Okay, open up Notepad again and open your template.html file. Highlight the Place Content Here text and type "This is small text." By the way, I've often been asked if it's okay to type text without putting it inside of paragraph tags. I'll simply say this. For this lesson it is, but I'd get into the habit of putting all your content text inside of paragraph tags. It just makes it easier to manipulate your text later on down the road. Using an analogy, sure you can move to a new house without putting your belongings in boxes, but you'll soon learn that it is not very easy to handle your stuff. Anyway, type the opening small tag before the word small, then type the closing small tag after the word text. Choose File, Save As, and rename this file inline.html. Open this file into a second browser, check out the results, then come back and continue. Hit pause now and complete the steps. When you're done, hit play again. And there you have it. Your first inline tag worked great. Notice the words small text are indeed smaller than the rest of the text. Notice also that using this inline tag didn't cause the text to start on a new line like the heading tags did. This is the essence of inline tags, folks. Let's learn another, starting with the EM or emphasis tag. Back in Notepad, click after the first sentence and type, "This is emphasized text." This time, though, type the opening EM tag at the beginning of the sentence and the ending EM tag at the end of the sentence. Click on File, Save to replace the older version of inline.html. Go back into your browser and hit the refresh button. Check out the results, then come back and continue. Hit pause now and complete the steps. Whoa, look at that. The entire sentence is emphasized to bring attention to it. As you can see, you can use inline tags around any number of letters, words, or sentences. It's up to you. Let's move on to the strong tag. Okay, click after the last sentence and type, "This is strong text." Type the opening and closing strong tags around the word strong. Save your file, reload it into your second browser, check the results, and come back and continue. Hit pause now and complete the steps. Voila! Now you can see the effects of making text strong. Use all three of these tags that you've learned so far to draw attention to your text. Next we'll cover two cool tags at once, the superscript and subscript tags, also known as the sup and sub tags. Superscripts and subscripts are pretty self-explanatory. You may not use them much, but at least you'll know how to code them. Okay, click after the last sentence in our file and type H2O. Then hit the space bar and type footnote 3. Type the opening and closing sup tags around the 2 in H2O. Then type the opening and closing sub tags around the 3 in footnote 3. Save your file, reload it into your second browser, check out the results, and come back and continue. Hit pause now and complete the steps. Check out those scripts, folks. I think they're pretty neat, and if you ever need to write an online research paper, you'll know how to create footnotes and endnotes properly. Okay, let's move on to a slightly odd inline tag next, one that actually causes a break in our nice neat line, the BR or break tag. Use the break tag sparingly, folks. With the formatting that our block tags give us, you probably won't have to use this tag much. There are rare times, though, that you may need to tweak your content, perhaps to make sure a segment of text fits on the same line instead of wrapping. Regardless, this tag offers us a great opportunity to see our first example of what a self-closing tag looks like. Yes, there are a few HTML tags that actually don't need a closing tag like the rest. This tag is one of them. Notice that there is a / in this tag as well as a blank space between the R and the /. This is the format of self-closing tags that will ensure maximum compatibility with all browsers. So just memorize this format. Okay, so let's add this tag to our file. Click at the end of the last item we typed and type the BR tag. Remember the space and the /. Hit enter just so our code is a bit easier to read in Notepad. Now type HTML. Save your file, reload it into your second browser, check out the results, and come back and continue. Hit pause now and complete the steps. Pretty cool, huh? The break tag caused our text to drop down to the next line and continue with its flow. In this case, the next item in the flow of the HTML file was the text HTML. For extra bonus points, can anybody guess what would happen if you put 2 break tags in? Yes, there would be double the space. Try that on your own time, though. Anyway, I had you type HTML so I could show you the last inline tag of this lesson, the acronym tag, and introduce you to the concept of what are called tag attributes. The acronym tag is nothing special on its own. In fact, if you use it as is, it won't do anything at all. It's not until you access the tag's out-of-the-box attributes that you realize the full potential of this tag. Yes, some tags have attributes, and we'll go over how to use many of them when we do style sheets later, but I'd like to introduce the concept to you now anyway. Attributes are typed inside of the opening tags with a space between the tag name and the attribute. The attribute has a value that you can set by putting the equal sign after the attribute and quotes around the attribute value itself. The acronym tag just so happens to have a title attribute that allows us to put whatever text we want inside of it. In our example, HTML is an acronym for Hypertext Markup Language, so we're going to put that inside of our attribute to better explain what HTML means. You'll only see how cool this is after we view it in a browser, so let's just get typing. Go ahead and type the opening and closing acronym tags around our HTML text, being very careful of your spelling. Next, click after the M of the opening acronym tag and hit the space bar. Then type title equals, quote, hypertext markup language, end of quote. Save your file, reload it into your second browser, check out the results, and come back and continue. Hit pause now and complete the steps. Go ahead and move your mouse over the HTML text and see what happens. Whoa, check that out. Our attribute makes the browser show a pop-up with the value that we typed into it. If this doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. Okay, good coding class. We've gone over lots of inline tags today. In the next episode, we'll cover 2 of the most important inline elements of websites, hyperlinks and graphics. But that's next time on Tubetorial.